to the Living Out Love podcast. I am so excited today. We are talking 40 days. This has been this has been something I've been working on for months, and I'm finally ready to talk about it. It's funny, I'm going to talk about a 40-day journey, but it has been a journey to get to the 40-day journey. I've been creating a 40-day journey, and I want to talk about why I felt called to create it and what I'm hoping to get out of it when I go on this journey. So if you've been listening to the podcast for a while, you probably have some understanding that I'm interested in personal development. I'm a person that attends conferences, listens to podcasts and audiobooks. I get coaching, I get counseling. I'm always trying to better myself in some way. So you know that about me, or at least you do now. But a few months ago, I was thinking about my business. At the time, I was coming up on 1 year of having started my .love business. And I was feeling all the things, proud. I was having all these good feelings and creating goals and doing the entrepreneur thing. And when I thought about my growth as an entrepreneur and as a channel, I was pleased. And I was also reflecting on how reactionary it all felt. Like there would be an outer circumstance, and then I would have to grow in order to rise to the occasion. And this is a lot in terms of being an entrepreneur. I would need to offer a new thing, which meant changing the website. I would need to, change scheduling, and I'd have to grow myself in order to meet those demands. And that's typical. That's very typical of the human experience. And that's a great way to grow, right? We put ourselves in new situations and we have to develop new skills. But as I was contemplating the previous year, I was longing for some sort of ritual. Like when I got married, we had the engagement, we had the wedding and the honeymoon, we did premarital counseling. Like there was things involved. And perhaps this business won't be for the rest of my lifetime, but it's my intention that it will be some version of this business. This is so heavily a part of my soul purpose. It's going to be a lifetime assignment for me. So where's the ritual? So I was thinking about ritual in the business. And then on the personal development side of things, I was longing for some more intentional growth and less reactionary growth. Something that I was actively choosing. And, I also have to say that part of my contemplation has been about how I grow into this business. If I had a name for the purpose behind my .love business, I would say that it is spiritual transformation. And I've always had a vision that it was going to grow beyond doing private readings and having the .love membership. And I mean, I love the membership. I'm so proud of it. I do believe it's a part of people's ongoing growth. I love my private readings. They are definitely a part of transformation. They often provide healing and clarity, and that helps people step into new phases of their life and their own, personal understandings. So those are wonderful offerings that I have, and I'm proud of them. And I want other avenues, especially with my, background in leadership and organizational development. I love taking people through processes to help them get from where they are to either where they want to go or someplace even better. So I had all these things going on, in my mind about ritual and choosing my growth and offering a transformational experience. And I was sitting there like in that thought when I heard one of my guides say, "You're wanting 40 days and 40 nights." And I almost happy cried, like laugh cried. That's exactly what I was wanting, but I hadn't seen it yet. I wanted an intentional journey that I actively chose for my own growth. And I love when Spirit gives us the answer in the moment that we're just beginning to formulate the question. I love those like crystalline moments of support. 40 days and 40 nights. Okay. So from there, of course, I had to look up the spiritual significance of 40 days because I'm not a, spiritual historical scholar and by any means of the imagination. But there's a lot out there on the number 40, especially in the Bible. And there are lots of opinions out there that I don't agree with. And then there's some that make a lot of sense. But obviously it's an important number. It's used in a lot of places. And it's funny. It's right before I sat down to record this podcast. I've been working on this 40-day thing for months and months and months, but right before I sat down to record it, Colette Baron Reed, who I follow, just launched her 40-day journal where she has oracle cards where you like journal with her oracle cards, and it's a 40-day journal. So I thought that just must be in kind of the consciousness of what people are needing right now. But I was asking myself, okay, well, why is 40 days important to me? And I was thinking back to times like pre-internet, pre-electricity, and I was imagining 40 days. And I was thinking, pre-electricity, we were much more aware of the seasons, of the earth, of the moon. And I was thinking about, a lunar cycle is about 27 days. So 40 days is a cycle and a half. And I don't know about you, but I know me. And if there was something I was working on and a full lunar cycle went by and I didn't see the change or the relief or the miracle or the whatever, I would really begin to lose hope. That last 12 or 13 days of the 40 days would be a real test of my resilience. So it felt right to me to have a 40-day journey. I've done 21-day things before and been super successful, but a 40-day, that's going to be more of a stretch for me. So then the question was, well, what is the journey? What am I hoping to accomplish in 40 days? And I decided that I don't know. I don't have a goal of like who I want to become, how I want to be different. I'm going to let Spirit decide what's meant to happen in the 40 days. I'm going to make myself available to a transformation, to a deepening, to an awareness, and I'm going to let Spirit do the rest. Sort of that, like, if you build it, they will come philosophy. So I knew that in order to keep my attention every day couldn't be the same. So I needed to create something that was every day for 40 days, but that every day wasn't the exact same as the day before, because that's just my personality. I would never stick with it. And I wanted to have this sort of sense of growth, like this increased momentum, like each day built upon the last. So I just created for myself and, for anyone who wants to join me, a 40-day journey. And the thought behind it is that it will require very little effort, but with openness and intention, it will create the space for Spirit to create a transformation. So this is what it is. Each day for 40 days, there's two components, an affirmation and a meditation. And the affirmations are different each day for 40 days, and they do build on themselves. There is a vibrational momentum and building. And many of them are just spiritual reminders that we all already know, but we need the reminder, which is kind of, for me, part of the 40 days. It's just a reminder of spiritual goodness, spiritual truth. The meditations are short. I haven't finished recording all of them, but so far they're all like 5, 8, 9 minutes, less than 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. So every day for 40 days, there will be a daily affirmation and meditation. And then that's it. You focus on the affirmation of the day, repeat it throughout the day, and you meditate every day. A short meditation every day. And if all you did was the affirmations, you would still notice a shift in your energy. If that's all that works for you, you just do the affirmations, you'll notice a shift, because I've designed them in a way that they build on each other, they build on spiritual truth, they increase the momentum. I needed the meditations because you would be surprised at how inconsistent my own meditation practice is. So the meditations are short and they are related to that day's affirmation. So really integrating the spiritual truth into our physical experience and our spiritual connection. We'll also have a private Facebook group set up. So anyone who wants to join the 40 days and share their experiences and their relationship with that, to the affirmation, anything they saw or felt or experienced in the meditation, anything like that. So we'll have, a private Facebook group. Throughout the journey, I'll hop on live in the Facebook group as I feel called to, and we'll chat about whatever, the affirmation of the day, how people are doing. And then at the end of the 40 days, we're going to have a live hour or hour and a half live group Zoom call where I'll channel the guides about our journey, and everybody will have a chance to ask their guides about their journey, and if anything happened they want to ask about, if they're moving towards something, they'll have a chance. So it's a small commitment every day, 5 to 10 minutes of meditation and an affirmation for you to keep in mind for the day. And that's it. It's just a small commitment over a semi-significant period of time. And again, I have no promise of what will happen. Like, I have no idea. Maybe I'll get to know my guides better. Maybe I'll be more grounded. I'll have less anxiety. Maybe I'll be a better manifester. Like, I have no idea what will happen in the 40 days. I worked with my guides to channel the affirmations. So there's been a lot of intention and love poured into the affirmations and the meditation, but I don't know where it's going to lead me, but I know that I feel called to take the journey. And I'm hoping this is something I do every year, sort of like an internal pilgrimage, 40 days of affirmation and meditation to keep my body and mind in alignment with my highest self. So that's the 40 days, and I'm choosing some really unorthodox timing that might be a major turnoff for many of you, and that's fine. I'm choosing it because it's what I need, and it's my first time doing this 40 days, and so I'm going to start by doing it with what I need, where I feel called, and then I'll learn from it, and maybe I'll do it differently in the future. But for this year, I'm going to start the 40 days on Friday, November 25th. That is the day after Thanksgiving. And I'm going to end it Tuesday, January 3rd. So we're going to be doing this over the holidays. For me, that's when I'm the most likely to be very inconsistent with my spiritual practice. I'll have some very deep sacred moments during the holidays, but I have a lot of days where I'm just focused and stressed and, all the things. So that's why I'm choosing to do the 40 days November through January. I know it's weird, but that's what feels in alignment to me. So if you decide to join me, the meditations and affirmations will be available for you for an additional 10 days. So if you miss a few days, you will still have time to catch up and complete the journey. They will be sent out via email and text. They'll be available in a private area on my website. So there will be lots of ways to access the meditations and the affirmations. If you're curious, you want to learn more, you can go to amyhageman.love/40 days. The link's also in the show notes. And you can sign up if you want, or you can learn more. We're going to begin in roughly 2 weeks, November 25th. The price is $44.44. It's my first time pricing something with an angel number, but why not? And if you're a .love member, you get a 22% discount. If you're a .love member and you have not yet, check your email. You'll be receiving a discount code. So I am looking forward to going on this journey with you. Perhaps down the road, I'll do a follow-up podcast episode to share, what happened for me and for others on the journey. If it calls to you, join us. If it doesn't call to you, do not join us. Okay? I know a lot of people sign up for things because of, quote, FOMO, fear of missing out. Please don't sign up for anything because you're scared of what you will miss out on. Just listen to your body and your own soul's resonance. And if it's in alignment for you, then great. And if it's not, then great. Okay? Follow your own guidance. And if you've never attended a group reading before or had a channeling before, this is a really affordable way to do that. Usually a half hour with me is $80. So for the $44.44, you're going to get to attend the live channeled reading at the end. You'll get access to me in the private Facebook group. So even if that's your reason for joining, more so than the affirmations and meditations, if you just kind of want to play around with what it's like to work with me, to work with the channel, that's a valid reason too. So follow your resonance, Have a beautiful week. And I am so excited. Like, this is my first thing to offer that's an intentional, transformational journey. I have some much deeper, more intense in terms of time and effort and money offerings planned for next year. But this is what felt in alignment for me, for my growth and for that of my clients. So I'm just so excited. And yeah, happy November, everybody. If you're interested, amyhageman.love/40 days. Otherwise, come back next week. I'm going to have a 2-part episode on vibration and why it matters. It's going to be so good. So, all right, loves, have a fantastic day. And yeah, go make some magic. See you next week. Bye.